What is this? What's going on?
All right. How's it going, everybody? Emery, Lucy, Terry. Get going here in just a minute. I'll be right back. All right. How's it going, everybody? I'm the host now. We're just figuring that out. It's so fun. How's everyone going? We got 6 of us. What? Man, it's only Wednesday. I'm really scared. We have tomorrow and the next day still to go, and we only got 6 of us on a Wednesday. That's scary. And most of you, who was Amory? You were on the call today, the shift call. Lucy, were you on the shift call today? I think you were.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
Yeah. Terry? Yes. No. Gerald? No. Michelle? How are you?
I'm good.
I haven't seen you in so long. I feel like I
saw you this morning.
Oh, yeah. I suppose so, huh? It's been a long day since then. Look, we only have... It's Wednesday and there's only 8 of us on here. I'm like, gosh, wait, we still have 2 days left in this week. It's going to be like 2 of us on Friday. No, I'm just kidding. No, we're going to grow up. We're going to do a steady uphill incline on our Zoom attendance. We're thinking about doing, I'd love to do this. Lisa and I talked about doing the highest attendance award at the end of this year for Zoom calls. And for agents that have been attending the most Zoom trainings and Zoom calls and all that, because I know a lot of you have been putting a lot of time, and I just so appreciate it. I think it's so cool, especially being plugged into all these. So anyway, know that might start soon. So Lisa, I'm going to lead today's call. She might hop on a little bit. She was dealing with some stuff. So you guys are stuck with me for this afternoon. First of all, I just want to hear, I'd love to hear, Anne-Marie, if you want to share, or Lucy, Joyce is on the call too, some takeaways from our shift training today. Do you have any big ahas?
Well, I think it was a really good training. I think the biggest takeaways for me are dealing with the market and how it's changing now, the balanced versus the sellers and buyers, and how to tap into that balanced market to continue selling. So I thought that was a good point that he made with his charts and graphs.
Yeah, I mean, he did a lot of work, and I am not in Paragon here in Maui yet, but Michelle might be able to help us. You know, he shared a lot. He did a lot of work, and I know the other MLSs that I'm in, we have a lot of multi-year trends that he was looking into, and really today's shift call, just so you guys know, was our 9th session, and it was creating urgency with buyers, which is so important right now. In this time, and it really is what's keeping the pulse on our market and keeping it alive, is letting your buyers know it's okay, and there's still inventory, and we can still help them find the right property during this time. So it was such a great shift call, and he used. But what I love about Russ is he provided information with facts. You know, he said logic gets them thinking about buying. That puts them in the right mind frame, and it's the emotion then that has them take action. That was a big quote that I got today from him. And so he was saying that, you know, we have to use logic first. So he pulled up multi-year trends and went, really went over some great things today on the call. We'll have the video up later, and I'd like to post this one in particular, especially in our group page, so everyone can go and watch it if you weren't able to make it today, because it was really insightful. And I won't get too into the weeds on what he talked about today, but it was awesome. So Michelle, if you don't mind, if you could help us at some time, I might reach out to you to help me pull some of those stats.
Sure, I'm happy to help you pull anything you need.
Thanks, that'd be great.
And
I think a couple of the big sieving out from all his information. One is something someone shared with me, like 1% interest equals 10% of buying or non-buying power. And
Right.
I've been using a lot of that with sharing with buyers who are holding off for this drop it's just facts. That's the numbers, check it with your lender, see where you are in that equation. And I think what Russ shared supports that even further. Also, his comment about feeling, not bombarding them with too much information, but keeping it clear.
That's great, yes.
And checking where their feeling is, their takeaway feeling, emotion, as you were saying, really is key and point. Whether they, I always say people buy or sell a house under $1 million for $5,000. And if you can show them that factual equation over 30 years, what's that's going to cost them to lose a house of their dreams, it kind of takes the emotion away from you and just keeps it facts.
Yeah, that's great. To expound on the quote, Joyce, that you're talking about, he said, you've talked a lot about if we dive too deep into the weeds in stats and numbers, in market stats. And for those of you just joining, we're talking about the shift training today that Russ Tong was leading.
Good.
And he said, if we provide too much information, who's someone having a conversation outside of this?
Like Sam.
Oh, okay. I'm going to mute her real quick. Cool. Okay, sorry. He was saying that if we provide too much information and you get too much into the weeds and the facts, they'll pull back. They'll be uncomfortable in the transaction. But you have to provide enough so they do feel comfortable. So it was interesting. He said you have to be careful and really pay attention to your buyers' feelings and where they're at, so that we can maintain a level of trust and also they can maintain their feeling of comfortability in the transaction. So yeah, the whole conversation today was amazing. I can't wait to post that call later. And a great takeaway also I had from the call. And I think it's in any role in life. I think it's a good life lesson, and in real estate, it's super applicable. It's that it's not the best in our business are not those who have all the right answers, but it's those who ask the right questions. He talks so much about that, and it's just so true. And something I'm improving on and trying to do better of myself. But it's when the buyer says, well, I really need a 2-car garage. Okay, tell me more about that. Why do you need a 2-car garage? he used an example of, I used to work on cars with my dad, so it's super important to me. It reminds me of my childhood and working with my dad. Tell me more about that. What kind of cars did you work on? So not only then are we finding more how we can help our clients, but you're also learning more about them and building trust, which is key to creating a long-lasting relationship. So, it was just an awesome call today. For those of you that attended, congratulations to you for getting into soaking that awesome content on a Wednesday. What else is going on? There's some wins today. What are we seeing out there in the market? Anybody? Nothing? Just crickets? Any wins? Michelle, you got a win for me. What did you do? What have you won?
Well, I have a new listing going on the market on Friday, so I'm excited. But Don Harris and Tammy Harris have been writing deals, and I'm getting stuff coming in from all over Maui and the Big Island. So contracts are being written, listings are happening. We had a dual agency that I congratulated the agents on yesterday. 3 of our agents on 2 sides.
What? 3 of our agents had dual agency?
Well, 3 of them in this one deal had a dual agency transaction, 2 buyer's agents, 1 seller agent.
Wow.
And it was like $850,000. They closed it yesterday, dual agency. And my statement to them was, thank you for staying focused on what you can control. So are they closing the same number of deals? No. Are they for as much as they were doing previously? Maybe not. But at the same time, there are now people who are in the market who weren't in the market, I would tell people, if you haven't talked to your client in 30 days, go back and retouch them, because today is different than 30 days ago. After you've been in isolation for 60 days, you've had all this time to reflect. Am I living where I want to live? Am I doing the kind of job I want to be doing? And I'm finding that you talk to people today and it's completely different from what it was even a week ago or 2 weeks ago, or even this morning.
Yes.
So,
I love that. So we got to double down. I mean, it's a tough time to double down.
And there's lots of business to be had. So, maybe they thought they wanted something, now it's something different. Just check in, because the opportunities are there, and it's a numbers game, which that has never changed. The more people you touch, the more people you're going to filter to, the more people you can help. And I got to tell you, I haven't discussed buying or selling with any of my clients. It's, how are you? I'm checking in with you. I care about you. What can I do for you? What do you need? And
you have a listing going live on Friday. How'd you get this? Do you mind sharing a little bit about it?
Well,
how you got it?
I've had this listing in the works for a while,
okay.
But my client was relocating to the mainland and left me with a house full of stuff. I mean, literally, like, she packed 2 bags and walked out the door. And
is this where I got my office chair?
Yes, it is. I've been cleaning up this place for weeks, and it's finally empty, and we're staging it in the morning, and it's gonna hit the market, and I'm sure it'll sell quickly, and it's great. It's given me time to do something I don't normally do, but there are deals out there. And so if you are hunkered down in your house and sad and depressed, call me. I'll get you out of your sadness, and things are different, but we're all going to be okay. And we are in the best position because we have a large ohana, 260 agents on Maui, and we can take care of each other.
And if there's the business out there to be had, I mean, we're gonna sell those houses faster for more money, and we're gonna help the buyers get the best house, because we're the most equipped agents here. We have the training, we have the support, we have the technology, and the motivation, which I think is so exciting for those of you in Bold right now. But yeah, it's out there, and I'd love to see our agents claim this business. I'd love to see you guys get the listings. I'd love to see you guys help the buyers. That would fill my heart pretty much up to the brim.
I have a win I want to share. About you.
Uh-oh.
You recruited an agent to our company, and you cold called her.
Well, I did.
Yes, you did.
So I mean, we're all doubling down right now on our position. In any job, we're doubling down on it. We're doing the work. We're trying in the office to support all of you guys. And we're growing our team. I mean, we're always growing our team here at Keller Williams, because I'm excited about Michelle. I'm excited about our agents. And so my job really is right now is to find talent on Maui because I really want our agents I want other agents on Maui to experience the trainings that you are a part of. I want them to experience these meetings. I think we have such a unique company in any field, real estate or not. I don't know many companies that meet daily like this and support each other and share with each other the secrets to success in the industry. So I think it's just, we're helping the entire real estate industry on Maui together. And that's exciting to me. That's a win, I guess, in itself. Did I freeze?
Nope, you're okay.
Okay, cool. Sorry, Michelle froze. Now, okay, now I can hear you.
Okay. What I said was I want to recognize another agent who's just been killing it, which is Joyce Mitchell-Minar.
Yes.
She has a listing at the Fairways there in Pupulani, which are great, beautiful townhomes, live like a single family home. And, you know, no matter how hard it was, she did that COVID disclosure form, and every showing, I got the form in advance, fully executed, no whining, no complaining. She just buckled up and did what she needed to do, and boom, boom, boom. And she's, you know, right there marketing her business. So I'm so proud of everyone on the call.
Cool. No, that is awesome. Thank you for reminding me. I mean, yeah, Joyce, I know you've battled that. What is this, your third escrow on that property?
Third escrow in like 5 weeks. So
so but I love it. You bounce right back and you get another one each time.
Hey, you know what?
Out.
You just take a breath, and tomorrow's another day. And I'm just blessed to have a listing that I can look at right now while I'm on Zoom with you. And, you know, business is business. And I've gotten 3 buyers, 2 signed by having this listing. So
yes.
I just keep the
awesome.
flyer box full. And when I see them to come down, I run out on my lanai and I lasso them.
Sweet.
You have to get creative. That's all.
I love it. And then Lisa shared a win down there too. Joyce, yeah, you're just awesome on that. She wrote that Lisa and I during Red Day, we got to see Gerald at Safeway. We ran into you while we were shopping. Is he on here still? No, he jumped off the call. Lisa. Oh, Lisa, your comment scared him away, I think.
No, he's there.
Where is he? I don't see. I think he
Gerald,
left.
he's there. It says Gerald.
Oh, there he is. Gerald, now I can see you. I couldn't see you before. That's weird.
That was cool.
Gerald,
I even recognized you with your mask on.
Yeah, Gerald, we got to see you really quick. Yeah, Lisa and I had like 40 balloons, or maybe 20, I don't know. A ton of red balloons in Safeway. These big carts, and we were shopping for, a bunch of supplies that Liza just picked up yesterday. So we finally donated all of our stuff to the food bank from all of our market centers, which is great. Before we dive in deeper to anything else, I do want to remind everyone, while we have at least 15 people on the call, that our team meeting for Central is on Monday. Now, I know it's Memorial Day, but that's when it is. And we have a lot of great content for that meeting. So I just mark your calendars. What time you're going to ask? I'll tell you.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. Thanks, Michelle. Yep. So, yeah, it's at 11 a.m. on Monday. I know it's Memorial Day, but I'd just love it if people could make it, because there's some really great stuff that we're going to be going over. New tech updates for Command and for the consumer app and for our app. So it's just a really great meeting. And it's just, it's going to be on Zoom. So if you have to go on your phone while you're sitting on the beach for Memorial Day, that's okay. You take a little break from your day off if you don't mind, and join us. We'd love to have as many people be a part of that as possible. Team here is working hard, putting together a great thing. So that's what's happening else this week. Bold, of course, going on full speed ahead. Who's had big successes from Bold? Have you guys been making your calls and doing the database? Yay? Nay? Thumbs up, someone? I can't, yeah.
Making calls, they are longer. And I have to admit that I'm probably engrossed in day-to-day business along with that. I'm not doing 40, but I feel like if I have any more successful conversations than I had the day before, then I'm good with
Absolutely.
that. One thing I was really curious, maybe Lisa, is Gary Keller had that football chart on his in his office. So I was like, what was that?
Yeah, he did use it as an analogy in the Team Leader Mastermind. I'm trying to remember. what it was regarding real estate. I mean, they say we say real estate's a contact sport. So it has to do with like running the play and sticking to your game plan. And I mean, I'm giving you a bunch of those analogies, but I don't remember exactly what the specific story or if he explained it, but that, yeah, it's something related to that. He also showed us his banks. He collects like these old school, like metal banks of like farmers and tractors. And anyway, it was very interesting. He showed us that.
Run, Forest, Run.
Run,
Crystal
Forest,
said,
Run. Yeah,
exactly.
right. Sure. There you go. I love it.
No, well, I mean, yeah, we talk about contact sport, but yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the game plan. There's so many analogies to sports and team sports and real estate, especially setting up models for success and things like that, that he has. Love the top 5 tips from, oh yeah, if you guys saw, Lisa and I did our first video. We released that yesterday. Thanks, Anne. I appreciate that. We had a lot of fun recording that. And we were 6 feet apart.
Wait till you see the outtakes.
Yeah, we might share some bloopers later. Got ugly. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it was funny. We had to keep redoing the shots because we were wearing, and I wear my mask all day except that when I'm in an office alone, like I am right now. And but we had the masks on and they kept falling off. And I'd be talking and it got in my mouth in the middle of recording the thing. And I'd be doing this whole thing. We'd just stop and then do it again. And yeah, our mask just kept drooping down the whole call, or the video. So we had a lot of fun doing it though. And we're going to keep trying to get those out once a week at least, just so you guys hear from us and we send it out to the, other agents in our community. Again, it's about helping everybody and rising together as one big real estate ohana here on Maui. So that's super exciting for us. What else we got? Getting some buckets to be filled out there. Anyone have some exciting buckets? Something good, something positive? No, really? Come on.
Yeah, I have something.
There we go. Thank you.
Some of the calls that I've made are to my clients that I met here when I got here, who are my commercial clients. And even though they took a step back from leasing when COVID hit, they are still waiting to find their place. So they're still on the rolls and not lost. So what's fun is that they all talk to each other. So perhaps we'll get some more commercial leasing taken care of coming sooner than later. We'll see.
Well, I love that you're excited about being in the commercial division, Anne-Marie. We talked about that. I think it's exciting. I think there's a lot of opportunity for that. I know Michelle thank you to our leader of commercial, Michelle, and I'm glad Anne-Marie is doing that as well. And so thank you to give a big shout out. Yeah, give a big shout out to and round of applause for our KW commercial team. It's exciting. I think I love that we have such a strong presence with you guys here. And I think, what do you think, Michelle? It's going to grow to what next year?
I would say probably 15 to 18. I got to tell you, Anne-Marie brings a wealth of experience and is a real asset to us. But we just submitted an application for another director, which will be Kaylee Beck in Hilo.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll have KW commercial on the Big Island as well. So, and here we just added 2 people this week. In this market, awesome. We've added 2 people to the commercial division. So I think it's, this is the time to really embrace and engage your business and to move forward. Just keep momentum moving and you will float up to the top.
I mean, our agents are the best agents. Sorry, I'm just going to say it. So if you're going to use a commercial realtor, why not do KW commercial? I mean, it makes sense to me. Yeah. Something I want to do real quick, a fun activity. I think that's near and dear to my heart. And that would, I think, motivate all of us. I'd love to hear if someone wouldn't feel comfortable. You're going to put yourselves on the spot, but I'd love it if someone would share their why. Something I've been really focusing on right now in my day-to-day. I think we're getting tied down. I've been on 100,000 Zoom calls. I feel like, I'm such a face-to-face people person that this Zoom sometimes feels two-dimensional. And I feel like I miss the energy. So something that's been motivating me and keeping me going during this time is talking to people about their story And that really, the root of that is their why. Why are you in business? Why are you in real estate? What's keeping you going right now? So if someone wouldn't mind sharing that with us, I'd love to hear from at least one or two of you. If you wouldn't mind sharing that with the group. What's your why? What's keeping you going right now?
I can share, but I'm sure I've shared before.
All right.
My
Thank
why is a lot is, my son's his first year of college just completed, and it's kind of my, that fire to keep me going. It's a little different now because we're not quite sure where that all is going to be and how that's going to happen. But I just keep his picture there, and I just look at every transaction as like half a semester or a semester, or better yet, if a whole year of tuition. And instead of looking at in dollars and all of that, it just keeps my fire going. And, and then in 4 years, I'll have another why. But that's my immediate why.
I love that immediate why. That's so great. I mean, that's so much bigger than like you said, the dollar amount. It's your son. I mean, it's his education, and that's so important to you. And he's lucky to have you as a mom. You're a rock star. So that's a big one. Does it help? Do you find that helps you, Joy? How are you using that why to better your business?
It just takes sometimes it takes the emotional, even though it's just as important as anything, or if not more, supersedes it. It's just like it's a unit. It's not, sometimes before I'd think, oh, I just lost X amount of dollars because the deal fell through. But I just look forward as like the next transaction or that next call could possibly satisfy, his entire college tuition for the next 3.5, 4 years. And that motivates me to make those extra calls, to follow up that extra 20%. Sometimes when I just want to go to bed, I'd send out that one more response. And that's when I see the yield come back. That's my thoughts on that.
Nice. Thank you. Who else has a why right now that's keeping them going?
I have
Come
many
on.
whys, but
There we go.
one of them that's in my heart is to be able to donate more to places like, because I'm a 2-time cancer survivor, and I don't like giving to research because I don't feel like it's going to really go to research. So I like to give to things like Ronald McDonald's House, and there's another one, which one is it, with Danny Thomas started, St. Jude's for the kids. And every time I see those commercials, I said, yeah, I wish I had money to give, and then I said it to myself this month, as a matter of fact, don't wait for the money to come in, give now and the money will follow.
That's awesome.
Start giving now, and then the money will follow.
That's a great why. I mean, I think that's amazing. And it's funny because that applies to my why. I mean, I really, that relates to me because I was in a nonprofit position for a long time. I did nonprofit marketing. And I always thought that's probably what I was going to do. And I had to wake up one day and said, oh my gosh, nonprofits don't need employees. They need donors. They need people that'll write checks. I had that a long time ago, that wake up call. And it's a great feeling to do business and give back. And our company gives back, which is awesome. With Friday, we just had that.
That's one of the reasons why I joined Keller Williams, because I like the KW Cares. Yeah,
absolutely. It's a great program, and we do a good job. But I think it's like you just individually, we all need to do our part. So that's a great why. Thanks for sharing, Ann. Appreciate it. Who else has a big why they can share with us? I think we should see more. Oh, Anne-Marie typed hers out. That's all right. Why, she said, like Joyce, it's my darlings. Son is going to law school and daughter is going to college next year. I met your daughter on Red Day. She's a sweetheart. I'd like to lessen their burdens. I also want to travel a lot. Yeah, that's I love that. Who has a vision board? Does anyone have vision boards? Michelle, I saw your hand. So many people aren't on camera, so I can't see. You're just names to me. Muted names that I can't hear or see. But you can electronically raise your hand, or you can type yes, or however you want to do that. But I'd love to hear, speak about vision boards, because like Anne-Marie, the traveling is so fun. I always, there was one time I had this picture of the city of London, and I cut it up into squares that I would need for the amount of closings that I would need to do. And for every closing, I put it in a bucket and said, all right, this year, if I get all these, I think it was like 8, I put aside money from 8 different closings to pay for it. And it was just so fun to cut it up and put piece by piece into a bucket. And I finally collected all 8 little squares, and there you go. There was a trip to London. So I think it's exciting to do things like vision boards, or whether, I did a little piece of paper, activities that keep you going, because maybe you'll make those 8 extra calls, or you'll send that, like Joy said, in the middle of the night, you'll do 2 extra emails. Maybe you'll come in on set aside time on a weekend to do some more work, just a little bit more work, because that's all it really takes to push the needle in your life and in your business over the edge. It's just that little extra mile. And there's a couple extra activities that not only help your business, but then help you achieve the bigger things, your bigger why or your bigger vision. And I think a vision board or a clear list of goals that's posted somewhere in your workstation is super important. There's always like the back of your cell phone wallpaper is a great way to remind yourself to do the extra mile. Or here's a fun activity I'm going to leave you with. I know it's almost time to go, but while we're on this, something that's really changed my life is setting a password. And when I do my passwords for my different accounts, I think I've shared this before on a call, I don't know, is to something that is inspiring to me and a reminder every day. So it's more of a manifestation or an affirmation. I set my passwords that are all something that remind me to do better or to do bigger, to do better or to do bigger. I really encourage you guys. Yeah, Lisa said she's done it. And it's one of the most impactful things, I've ever done. It's definitely, how many times do we enter passwords in a day? I don't know. So many times on so many different platforms. So if you pick some things that are that can serve as a reminder for you to either pull you out of a slump or to focus you back on what's important, I think it's a fun exercise I'd encourage you guys to do. So I'd love to hear more to clarify your why, to set a vision board, get some motivation going in your lives on a daily basis. I'm appreciative for everyone being here. I'll see you all tomorrow at 4. Anything good that anyone wants to share before we head out? Bueller?
It's a beautiful day. Enjoy the sunset. Looks like it's going to be an awesome, awesome sunset.
Where?
Get out there and smell the roses.
Yeah.
Oh, get outside. That's a great reminder, Joyce.
Yep.
Yeah, everybody get outside wherever you are and just breathe in fresh air. Step out from behind the mask and breathe in fresh oxygen. That's a great reminder, Joyce.
I love that. Step out from behind the mask. That's the new bumper sticker of 2020.
I love it. Well, thank you guys so much. Thank you. Love you all from the bottom of my heart, and thanks for being our part of my family and such a great team. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you, Dylan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Aloha.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.